Imagine a world where you hold the power to shape sprawling metropolises, construct towering skyscrapers, and craft entire civilizations from the ground up. Welcome to the realm of city builder games, where your strategic prowess and creative vision are put to the ultimate test. In this electrifying countdown, we unveil the top 7 city builder games that have captivated millions around the globe. So gather your tools, gather your ambitions, and step into the role of a visionary city planner. The virtual realm awaits your touch. On number 7, we have Surviving the Aftermath. Surviving the Aftermath puts you in charge of managing a colony in a procedurally created wasteland on a post-apocalyptic planet. You must make sure your community can withstand natural calamities, robbers, and wild animals as you construct and expand the city of the surviving. It's a harsh environment, forcing you to make hard choices about what to risk or give up in order to live as you try to maintain your colony for as long as you can in the face of a resource shortage. Your decisions have an effect on your colony's reputation and its capacity for commerce with other civilizations in addition to its residents' well-being. On number 6, we have Aven Colony. The simple city builder is transported to a distant planet by the game Aven Colony, where far more difficult challenges await you than choosing the optimal location for your roadways. The difficulties offered by the hostile environment and all the horrifying new space biomes must be taken into consideration first. It's a grandiose ambition to recreate mankind as opposed to building a new metropolis to attract citizens. In the process, you'll have to fight alien life forms like enormous sandworms as well as persistent natural catastrophes and a scarcity of oxygen. The rest of the game follows suit, expanding your toolkit and testing your skills by starting out with small objectives like building a water pump and escalating all the way to manning a full-scale Starship Troopers-like army. You start out as a governor and rise through the ranks to establish yourself as president of your colony. Aven Colony also incorporates elements from the finest 4X games and strategy games, so it isn't simply a city-building game. There's a little amount of light fighting, and a cool excursion system allows you to gradually learn more about the planet's past. On number 5, we have Frostpunk. Frostpunk is the type of city builder that will repeatedly cause you to reflect on your own morals. Your task is to endure an early ice age in a fortified, steampunk-powered metropolis that wasn't completed when the Great Freeze set in. As the leader of a group of survivors, it is your responsibility to develop the city around a massive heater that requires fuel on a continuous basis in order to keep its inhabitants safe and healthy. Frostpunk is all about resource management to keep the city running, much like some of the finest survival games, and your major worry is keeping the furnace fueled. In contrast to previous city-building games, Frostpunk is about surviving rather than dominating and keeping your new residents happy while making sure the city is supplied with food and the furnace is running at maximum capacity requires continual juggling. In line with what you could have anticipated from one of the top zombie games, not exactly a fun city-building game, Frostpunk. Death is inescapable in this harsh tundra, and you must make many difficult choices to keep the city alive. Rather than worrying about where to put buildings and how everything looks, you must create the laws that keep your citizens in line, take calculated risks, and occasionally put criminals on trial. On number 4, we have Surviving Mars. Similar to Frostpunk, Surviving Mars combines city construction with survival. However, it takes place on the desolate red planet as opposed to a frozen wasteland. As you explore Mars' dusty surface, looking for areas that can be fertilized so you can keep spreading across the planet, you'll have everything you need to build a productive, happy metropolis for colonists. Unfortunately, Matt Damon, the scientist, is not available to guide you through the whole procedure. As you attempt to keep your swarming colonists nourished and happy, he'll be your own botanist, biologist, and city planner. But that's the least of your troubles. The management of Surviving Mars is a bit more difficult. It necessitates a lot of care to guarantee that residents have access to oxygen and are safeguarded from coming natural catastrophes like dust storms and cold waves. Nonetheless, Surviving Mars does a superb job of keeping you regularly updated on the development of your city. In this survival city builder, research and exploration play a significant part. You may greatly enhance the buildings and amenities in your colony to make them conform to the Asimovian dream you have in your brain. Additionally, there is no limit to the crazy sci-fi colonies you may imagine thanks to a growing mod culture. On number 3, we have SimCity 4. Since the SimCity series has been around for a while, it is easy to see how much other city-building games have taken from it and, in the case of cities, Skylines, built upon it. SimCity 4 was released in 2003, and although not really adding anything new to the genre, it is still a fun and difficult competitor. Similar to cities, Skylines, your sole actual objective will be to build the city of your dreams. Grid-style construction zones are available, but you may also spend money on developing complex road networks, more complex structures, or even global marvels. As your city grows, you'll get notifications alerting you to the demands of your population as you progressively open up additional amenities and draw in more residents. SimCity doesn't provide much to consider, but sometimes that's exactly what you want in a city-building game. On number 2, we have Cities, Skylines. The secret to Cities, Skylines' rapid ascent to popularity is simplicity. Cities, Skylines is perhaps the greatest city-building game for both experienced and inexperienced players. Cities, Skylines is a seasoned town planner capable of handling almost any situation. Cities, Skylines divides the majority of its buildings into categories like residential, commercial, and industrial, allowing you to quickly build the skeleton of your city before agonizing over the small details. This eliminates the need to spend ages scrolling through building types and then carefully rotating and placing them in accessible locations. Your ability to strike a balance between the many requirements of your population and each district will help you start thinking more like a mayor. Cities, Skylines is simple to understand, which means that when things go wrong, and they definitely will, you won't feel discouraged by the thought of having to start over from scratch. You may spend many hours attempting to make sure your residents are getting about as easily and efficiently as possible in Cities. Skylines, because, as you would expect from the studio that brought you Cities in Motion, also includes a deliciously rich and complicated mix of transportation choices. Learn why we gave Cities Skylines a perfect 9/10 rating by reading our review. For the most dedicated gamers, there's still a lively mod culture that is brimming with scenarios, brand new structures, and traffic solutions, so you may replicate any city in the globe or try to solve Les notorious traffic issue. On number 1, we have Anno 1800. By placing you as a business leader during the Industrial Revolution as you trade and expand your empire from a few farms and warehouses to a bustling industrial metropolis that's the pride of the world, Anno 1800 brings the city-building series back to its historical origins. After you make the transition to the modern world and work through all the logistical and sociological challenges that come with such a radical transformation, you may even be able to draw visitors to one of your several museums or zoos. Between its narrative, multiplayer, and sandbox modes, Anno 1800 provides a ton of ways to play. Similar to the finest 4X games, Anno 1800 offers a range of methods to succeed, from acquiring cash and investors to luring tourists and establishing diplomatic relations. When you're pitted against other islands, you'll need to keep a close watch on your competitors and their global choices as you learn about their business practices and level of trustworthiness via trade and diplomatic blunders. As you increase commerce and develop your business town, you'll need to maintain employee satisfaction in addition to keeping an eye on your competitors. Even a regular newspaper circulates, influencing population contentment by reporting on the accomplishments and failures of your community throughout the nation. While Anno 1800 undoubtedly glosses over the dismal realities of the time, details like this assist to bring the world of the Industrial Revolution to life. Despite this, it's difficult to resist being taken in by the game's beautiful landscapes and charm. As we conclude our exhilarating journey through the realm of city builder games, we hope you found inspiration and excitement within these digital landscapes. From constructing towering skylines to managing intricate economies, these games offer endless possibilities for the ambitious urban planner within you.